Imagine waking up on your 66th birthday, expecting perhaps a lukewarm cup of Earl Grey and a polite card from the king. Instead, you get a firm knock on the door from Norfolk's finest and a one-way ticket to a police station in the back of an unmarked Vauxhall. This isn't a deleted scene from The Crown. This is the current, cold reality for Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. On the very grounds where Queen Elizabeth II spent her final birthday, the sirens weren't for a celebration, they were for an arrest. The favourite son has officially become the firm's greatest liability, and the shockwaves are currently turning Buckingham Palace into a literal house of cards. Quick favour, if you are loving this deep dive into the royal ruins, hit that subscribe button. Over 92% of our viewers haven't yet, and honestly, we're hurt. It is free, takes a second, and means the world to us here at Royal Fusion TV. Now, back to the chaos. History has a funny way of repeating itself, but usually, it waits more than a few centuries. Not since 1649, when King Charles I lost his head for high treason, has a member of the royal family faced this level of legal peril. We are talking about misconduct in public office, a charge that sounds like a slap on the wrist but actually carries a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. While Andrew was being read his rights at Aylsham Police Station, the rest of the world was watching the myth of royal immunity evaporate in real time. This isn't just a scandal anymore, it is a systemic failure. When Robert Jobson says it beggars belief, he is putting it mildly. The police didn't just knock, they raided. They looked under the rugs of Wood Farm, searching for the ghosts of Jeffrey Epstein's influence. Speaking of ghosts, where exactly is the inner circle? Usually, the York family sticks together like overpriced glue, but on this birthday, the silence was deafening. Sarah Ferguson, the former Duchess of York, has pulled a disappearing act that would make Houdini jealous. Last spotted at a Swiss wellness clinic, because nothing screams supporting my ex-husband like a luxury detox, she is now abroad. Meanwhile, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie are reportedly in a state. And who can blame them? One minute you're skiing in Gstaad, the next, your father's mugshot is the most requested image on the internet. It is a spectacular fall from grace that has left the York brand not just tarnished, but incinerated. But how did we get here? Let's bridge the gap between royal trade envoy and police suspect. The crux of the investigation lies in documents recently released by the US Department of Justice. It is alleged that Andrew wasn't just hanging out on private islands for the complimentary robes, he was potentially sharing sensitive information obtained through his role as the UK's trade envoy with Epstein. If true, that is the definition of misconduct in public office. It turns a personal association into a betrayal of the state. 4 years, the defense was I don't recall this man, but the paper trail seems to have a much better memory than the Duke. While Andrew was being held for 11 hours, looking, in the words of former press secretary Elsa Anderson, haunted and broken, the rest of the family was practicing the ultimate royal art form, the pivot. King Charles III didn't waste time with flowery brotherly love. His statement was a masterclass in linguistic distancing. He referred to his own brother as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. No His Royal Highness, no Duke, just a name and a firm, let the law take its course. It is the royal equivalent of I don't know this man, and it is devastatingly effective. Charles is fighting his own battles with cancer treatment, and the last thing his reign needs is to be dragged down by a brother who refuses to read the room. And then we have the Prince and Princess of Wales. Talk about a contrast. While Andrew was being processed at a police station, William and Catherine were hitting the red carpet at the BAFTAs. They looked the part of the future monarchy, composed, elegant, and utterly silent on the matter. Well, almost silent. When a heckler shouted, "Is the monarchy in peril?" they kept walking. But William's later admission that he wasn't in a calm state spoke volumes. He is 43, he is looking at the throne, and he is reportedly fuming that this wasn't handled years ago. William doesn't just want Andrew out of the lodge, he wants the stain scrubbed clean before he takes the crown. The pressure is now mounting on the British government to take the final, most Game of Thrones step possible, removing Andrew from the line of succession. This would be the ultimate eviction. He has already lost the titles, the home, and the public respect. Losing his place in the lineage would be the final nail in the coffin of his royal identity. As Sally Bedell Smith noted, This isn't like anything the modern monarchy has ever faced. It is a collision of ancient privilege and modern accountability, and for once, the privilege is losing. As the police continue to sift through documents and the York family remains scattered across Europe, one thing is certain: the reverence for the royals is no longer a given, it is a negotiation. Andrew's birthday wish was likely for all of this to go away, but it seems the universe, and the Norfolk Constabulary, had other plans. The law is taking its course, and it is a long, bumpy road back from Aylsham Police Station. Thank you so much for watching Royal Fusion TV. If you want to stay updated on this unfolding royal drama, make sure you check out our other videos. See you in the next one.